cover of it.
Oh, okay. Right. Who's the singer? Rahul Raj Adur.
Yeah, so many covers on it, sir.
Oh, okay. Fine. Got it. Okay. All right. Because all of them are 2K kids. So the Gen Z kids do not really know the original Ellamalle. Okay. Not bad. All right. Good evening. Hi, everyone. I hope you're all doing great. And it's a Thursday evening at 5:30. And this is Rudhra on DC Live from D-Touch. Hope you're all doing. And how's the weather been there? How's the weather there? Shakti, in Chennai. You're in Chennai, are you?
Yeah, I'm in Chennai.
You're in Chennai. How is the weather there? Is it raining?
No, it's normal.
It's normal. No rains?
No rain.
No.
Yesterday it rained. Today it's no rain.
Okay, got it. Okay, so let's start. All right. So, what is Quick Brain, the Minimalist Show on? Okay, Quick Brain Minimalist Show is all about developing learning habits. Okay, that is what this show is all about. All right. So let's try to understand. How do we learn? What do we talk in the show? We usually talk about learners. We do talk about learning habits. We talk about what do we learn, how do we learn, and all of that. That is what we talk on this particular show. Now, I want to talk about something, right? So, very interesting topic that I want to talk about. Often, we all talk about learning, okay? We talk about learning. Is learning difficult or easy? Let me ask this question. Is learning something difficult or easy? What do we want for learning? We should know what we want to learn, our area of learning, right? That's our interest, what we call as interest. Secondly, we choose how do we want to learn, okay? We live in the age of information abundance, correct? I use this word, information abundance is what we learn from. We have at this point of time. So we have our interest. We choose our material. You can learn you can learn almost everything from a book, a podcast, a video, tutorial, online course. Your videos include your YouTube videos, your Instagram. In fact, Instagram is becoming one place where you learn. Okay. But with all of this information at your fingertips, right? So because mobile is your fingertip. Why do so many of us still get stuck? Right? That's the question. Why do we struggle to turn that knowledge into real, tangible skills? Why? Have you ever thought about it? Think about it now. The answer that I believe lies in the human element. Okay? When you started walking, did you just stand up, start walking? No. You held someone else's hand when the first time you walked. Could be a parent, could be a teacher, could be a caregiver, could be a neighborhood, uncle, auntie, anybody, or your elder brother. When you learned for the first time, you held someone's hand. Someone was holding your hand while you're walking. Fine. You grew up a little bit. You wanted to ride a bicycle, a bike. Someone was probably there to steady you, holding that back of the bicycle, the two-wheeler, the bike. And they give you that first push. And that's where it all started. The value of guidance in our early years. But as adults, we often forget that simple principle applies to learn newer skills, right? So especially in our professional lives. What do we need? We need a guide, a mentor, a coach, they're also just not another source of information. They are your sounding board, a shortcut, a source of accountability. They are your beacon. They are your guiding light. They are your lighthouse. Now let's break this down for you. The power of a guide, right? So let's first talk about the guide. What's a guide? What's a guide? Right? Yeah, guide is not the Konar notes that all of us had, right? So it's guide. Okay. The moment you think about a guide, the first thing that will come to your mind is someone who gives you directions. Correct? You have a tourist guide. Yeah. The map guides you. Exactly. It's like it helps you navigate. Okay. They have been where you want to go, right? So you want to go, and the guide kind of lets you know what is the path you have to. The guides have navigated the terrain. They have avoided the pitfalls, and they know the best routes. And in a corporate setting, a guide could be that senior colleague who's been with the company for a decade or long, and they know the unwritten rules, the corporate landscape of that office, and the most efficient way to get things done. Learning from a guide is like of immense value. Okay. You probably do not want to spend a lot of time spending months and trying to figure out a new process. You go to a guide, they just show the right way in a matter of hours. Now you talk about people. This guide could be from your friend circle. This guide could be from the industry, from your different setup. Okay. Now the next that you can think about is a mentor. Who's this mentor? A mentor is something that you share a relationship, a long-term development. While a guide shows you the way, a mentor helps you build your own internal compass. A mentor is someone who's just not skilled but also wise. They are your personal and professional navigator for you. They help you over the long run. A mentor will provide perspectives. They can help you see your strengths and weaknesses clearly. They can offer advice on career transitions, work-life balances, navigating complex ethical dilemmas. Right? It's that relationship that requires trust and a genuine desire for your success on both sides. It's like a two-way street. You learn from them, and in many cases, you may help them learn something new. That's a mentor. Next comes your coach. Finally, there's a coach for you. A coach is probably a little different. While a guide provides a map, a mentor offers wisdom, a coach focuses on action and performance. Think of a sports coach, right? They don't just tell you what to do. They watch you. They give you immediate feedback and push you to perform at your best. You need to score that goal. You need to score that goal. That's what it is. In a corporate context, a coach helps you set specific and measurable goals. They hold you accountable for your progress. Now, you want to improve your public speaking skills. A coach will help you identify what you need to work on and create a plan for it. They listen to you, your presentations, look at how you speak, and give you that constructive feedback that helps you move ahead. Okay? They just don't give you the answers. They ask you powerful questions that forces you to find your own solutions and break through. Why am I talking about all of these today? Why am I talking about a guide? Why am I talking about a coach? Why am I talking about a mentor? Because we here at D-Touch have introduced a learning Neta who has joined us as our learning guru. Okay. You all must have seen the communication by now that's come your way in the form of an email, in the form of a poster, that we have someone called the Learning Neta who's joining us as our learning guru. So why do we need a learning guru? Correct? Now, we all need a buddy, a partner, guide, mentor, coach, and a leader to guide us all along the way for us. Okay. Is that true? You need that. Especially when it comes to learning. We definitely need that one individual who can help us learn. And that's what a detached learning Neta is joining us as our learning guru. And what does he have to do with us? The learning Neta will be involved in connecting with the people, which is the learners, to understand what their needs and requirements. That's like a good Neta, right? That's a good, powerful leader. And the leader, the learning Neta, wants to be one among the people, right? So because Neta at the end of the day is a lead as a representative of the people. Is that right? Yeah. They are makkalil oruvan. Nimmalli obbru avrella. Right? As a first step, the detached learning Neta has been engaging with the next leaders called the Nayaks. Right? So it started with the Learning Neta Nayak campaign for the last 3 days from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's ending tonight. Just to know how much the leaders know about their learning Neta. Okay. Likewise, it's time right now as a second step. The learning Neta would want to start the second stride, which is the Learning Neta Janata Connect, right? So that's what the Learning Neta wants to do next, which is the second step. We also want to embark on the second stride, which is the Learning Neta Janata Connect. What you have to do as a Learning Neta is, Janata Connect. All you will have to do is watch out for that desk, which is called the learning booth, that will be set up at each of the centers. Okay, you have one of the detached members in each of the centers, all right? So they're going to be setting up a learning booth for you tomorrow. And then in the learning booth, you can just go ahead and engage in interacting with the learning Neta who's joining us as our learning guru. Okay. And as this step, the learning Neta is also going to ask you questions because the learning Neta wants to know how much do you know about the Neta. The Neta also wants to hear from you all about what you want from the learning Neta. So these are the getting to know yourself activity that the learning Neta has set up a learning booth at each of the centers. Okay. Please note, this learning booth will open anywhere between 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Friday, the 19th of September at 2025. At Kapu, Kullumangudi, and Tianpalayam, there will be one person who will be having this learning booth, managing them available for you to go ahead and do this. And also, I just wanted to quickly take a moment, I just wanted to do this by now. You guys must have seen the learning Neta there. Then, it's my privilege to share the learning Neta here for you guys on the show. You can just see that's the learning Neta who's joined us as our learning guru. And he's one among us. The learning Neta is one among us. Learning Neta wants to engage, talking to all of us. And there will be a learning booth, which will be open between 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. on each of the centers. And they will be talking to, the learning Neta tomorrow. So that's the schedule tomorrow for the learning Neta. Why is it important? And that's exactly why I spoke about the coach, the mentor, and the guide. Okay. Now, that's what I had. Now, first of all, what fits you best is something that you will have to think about. not really think too much about it, because don't overthink is what I would say. A guide could be as simple as asking a colleague for 15 minutes of the time and talking, and that's exactly what the learning method is going to be doing for you. And then as a guide is perfect, and if the guide is, telling you long-term advices that comes your way as a being very fruitful, and that's the mentor, right? And that's exactly what we wanted to do. And we're going to introduce Learning Netha, who's going to talk to you, mentor you guys, coach you guys, and also be that one learning guru for all of us. Okay, that's the Learning Netha. All right. So, do you have any questions at this point of time about the Learning Netha, the Learning Guru? Just go ahead and ask me. People, anybody who wants to ask me something? Say something. Nobody? Okay. We're coming your way where the Learning Netha wants to talk to you all. This is going to happen at 12 p.m. in all of your centers, and reach out to your local data. Yes, please. Someone had a question? Reach out to your DTouch team members who are there on site. Virupuram folks, there's going to be, I understand we don't have anyone there, but then I've allocated one person remotely. In case you have any questions, you can ping them, but I'm always available. You can also route your questions to anybody out there. You can talk to Chandra, Vivek, Sabita in Virupuram, who can definitely help you get your views to me. And I will also have a way for that. We'll do that where we will go ahead and ensure that we get you guys covered as well. So don't worry about it. So tomorrow, Tianpalayam, Kapu, and Kulumanguri, you will have where your Netha is walking up to you and want to talk to you. Don't miss this chance. You will have a chance to talk to your Learning Netha, interact with them, and that's what it is about. That's the power of a guide, a coach, or a mentor. That's why you need a leader to guide you. All right. So with that, I come to the end of today's show, which is Quick Brain, the Minimalist. It's all the time we had today. Thank you for tuning in and your commitment to your learning, continuous learning. Until next Thursday, when we meet here again at 5:30 p.m. on Quick Brain, the Minimalist. Keep learning, keep growing, and remember, this is on DC Live, where we care, we share, and we are on air. And this is your RJ Rudhra signing off. Thank you. See you guys.